Hey guys, how are you doing? Genspark just released Workspace 4.0, and the focus here isn't on adding new features, it's about making AI really work for you. Instead of using several separate tools, now you just describe what you want, and the system does everything in a single workflow. Research, organization, creation, and final delivery. And most importantly, without switching platforms and without wasting tokens. Today I'm going to show you 3 use cases where this becomes very clear in practice. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and if you want to watch the videos without ads, just click the join button. Deal? Then let's get to the video. Well, Genspark's Workspace 4.0 works as a unified environment with multiple AI agents working at the same time. It's not just a chat, you have a system that understands the goal and distributes tasks internally. One agent researches, another organizes, another creates, and another delivers the final result. And this eliminates that manual process of opening several tools, copying and pasting content, and adjusting everything by hand. Here you describe the result and the AI executes it. This reduces time, reduces effort, and most importantly, reduces token consumption, because you don't need to repeat instructions on different platforms. So let's start with this example here. Imagine that you're creating a digital product from scratch. In the traditional workflow, you would open several different tools for each step. Here, it's all much simpler. You just need to ask. Create a digital product aimed at beginners in AI with a proposal, structure, and presentation. That's it. From there, Genspark starts working. It researches the market, identifies opportunities, organizes the idea, structures the content, and delivers something ready to use. It can include written content and a module breakdown, and even a structured presentation. All of this without leaving the platform. In practice, you turn an idea into something executable in minutes, without that fragmented process between several tools. So notice that after I enter my prompt, it asks several questions to understand exactly what I want. And this saves a lot of time and a lot of tokens. Why? It will execute only what you want. It won't hallucinate. So when you put your goal there, answering all these questions, it will understand exactly what it should deliver to you. Done. It has already finished and delivered the action plan I should follow. Everything is very complete, but it wants to go further. So it asks me what the next step is. I'm going to ask it to create a landing page for me. Notice that the process is fully automated. I just gave the command, now I just have to wait. Done, it's finished. Look at how my landing page turned out. So, from the conception of my idea to the structuring of my business plan, it has already put together exactly what I should follow. From there, I asked it to create a landing page and it gave me this result. And then it gives other suggestions, like creating a more professional landing page, for example. I'll ask for that and let's see how it turns out. Look, it's already finished and gave my landing page a makeover. So just by talking to the AI, I asked it to create a digital product that I could sell on the internet. From there, I took the next step, which was to create my landing page. And then Genspark himself suggested that I make this landing page more professional. And this here is the result he delivered to me. So I saved a lot of time and obviously a lot of tokens, because everything happened within the same platform. Now in this second example, we're going to a more advanced scenario. Complex automations. Genspark's standard engine already solves a lot of things. But when you need multiple steps, more sophisticated logic, or more demanding workflows, that's when Genspark Advanced Workflows comes into play. It runs on open code, a much faster engine that's ready for complex tasks. In practice, this means that processes that used to take longer are now executed much more quickly. And most importantly, with greater reliability, even in scenarios with multiple decisions or branches. You can, for example, request a complete workflow that involves research, analysis, creation, and organization in multiple steps. The system performs all of this in a structured way, without crashing and without losing context. And this ends up taking Genspark to another level, because it stops being just a generation tool and becomes a real automation system. Notice that here in my prompt, I asked it to create a workflow for my startup focused on human resources. What is it going to do again? Several questions to understand exactly what it should deliver to me. As I said at the beginning, this will save time and tokens, because it won't keep trying until it finds what I want. It asks first and only then executes. Once the questionnaire is finished here, it starts creating the agent. So, this is fundamental, because this agent will carry out all the work. I don't need to do absolutely anything. And here on the right side, I have a real-time preview of how my presentation will look because it's putting together a business plan for me here. And in the end, I'll have this presentation here to show to my investors. So, it's really cool because everything is happening in a single workflow. I don't need to open PowerPoint or any other tool to do my task. Everything happens inside Genspark. There, it's already finished. And look how cool my presentation turned out. There are 14 slides, all of them related to that workflow, that command I gave at the beginning of the conversation. From there, it went online, did the research, structured the data, created the presentation, and delivered the finished result to me here, which I can download, edit, or do whatever I want with. Without having to leave the platform, I already have a complete presentation here to show to whoever I want. Now, the third example solves a classic problem, leaving your workflow to use AI. Most tools require that. Genspark does the opposite. With the Genspark tool for Microsoft Office, AI agents are embedded directly into PowerPoint, Excel, and Word as native plugins. You can keep working in the apps you already use, and AI comes to you. In PowerPoint, for example, you can run in-depth research and generate slides directly within the presentation. In Excel, you can request analyses, visualizations, and receive charts, formulas, and summaries without leaving the spreadsheet. And in Word, you can edit, restructure, and improve documents with an AI that understands the context, not just the grammar. The most interesting thing is that these are the same agents from Genspark, with the same quality, but integrated into your work environment. This completely eliminates the problem of switching between tools and makes using AI much more natural for your daily routine. Notice that I'm using a Word document template here. What am I going to do? I'm going to ask it to adapt this text to my situation, which is a trip to the city of Rome. So, I simply type this into my prompt, wait a few moments, and get the result. Look how cool that is. It took that template, that model, didn't change anything at all, and just adapted it. It took what I asked for and put it in the document, which I can still edit, improve, or even talk to the AI to add other things, do whatever I want. So, this is amazing, because inside Genspark you have a full Office suite with Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. All of this is ready for you to use without having to leave the platform. Cool, right? Genspark Workspace 4.0 makes it clear that the future of AI is not in isolated tools, but in systems that perform complete tasks. Fewer manual steps, less switching between platforms, and a far more efficient end result. If you want to try it out for yourself, the link is here in the description and in the first pinned comment. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Is a ghost and the moon is a dime.